Social media. It is a collection of wonderful platforms that have made the ability to connect with others so much easier. Social media has allowed us to be connected to people in our neighborhoods, our cities, our countries, and across the globe. And with the introduction of smartphones, social media usage has skyrocketed over the last number of years. Recently, however, there has been a push to moderate our social media usage. YouTubers like Matt Diavella and Yes Theory recently took on the 30-day no social media challenge and claimed to find great benefits like increased focus and a greater sense of productivity. I must admit that I admired their commitment, but I thought I had my social media use under my control. However, when I began tracking my daily minutes, I found that I was spending 10 to 15 hours a week on social media. When I found that out, I decided it was time to take action and followed suit and decided to do my own 30-day no social media challenge. In order to better understand and educate myself about the effects of social media and internet usage during this time, I decided to read 2 books in order to further my perspective. The first book I decided to read, as recommended by Yes Theory, was Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. In this book, Cal Newport discusses the principles of a life that are not ruled by technology. He emphasizes the importance of solitude, of time spent away from social media input. He also emphasizes the importance of spending high-quality leisure time doing different things. He also recommends doing a 30-day digital detox, such as what I did this past month. This was definitely a great book and really introduced me to the idea that I don't really need social media to have a high-quality life, and in fact, it may be hindering my high-quality pursuit life. The second book I read was called The Shallows: What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains by Carr. This book, although written in 2010, has absolutely great information in it. It dug into the neuroscience behind the effects of technology, discussing things like distractedness and what the effects social media and internet is having on our memory and overall brain capacity. This book, even more so than Digital Minimalism, drove home the effects of high internet usage on the brain and really compelled me to move away from digital use. I would definitely recommend both these books if you wanted to start looking into the effects of social media and internet usage. During the first few days, I quickly realized that my willpower against social media usage was low. I would pull out my phone automatically when I was bored or I just came home from doing something. I would sit down, pull out my phone, swipe, and I found myself clicking and searching for the social media without even really realizing it. It was an automatic habit. When I noticed this, it became apparent to me that I needed to create separation between me and technology. So I started to leave my phone out of my room at night and deleted all my social apps. I also went on my laptop and got rid of all bookmarks and shortcuts to social media platforms. And then on top of that, I took one big final step and deactivated both my account for Facebook and Instagram. This created an extra barrier and really gave me a sense of what it would feel like to live without these accounts. Once I removed social media from my life, I realized that I could not merely remove it, but I also had to add something in place of it, lest I just become bored and crave for it. I need some high quality leisure time. So I started reading books. I read 6 books this month, which is probably more than I've read the last year combined. I put more time into my videos. I started trying to spend more time with friends and being intentional about that. Overall, the biggest benefit I found during the first couple weeks was the increase in time that I could spend doing things that I really wanted without the distraction of feeling like I needed to be on this online platform. After about 2 weeks, I really started to enjoy my life free from social media, and I actually started just dreaming about not going back to it and deleting all my accounts and just being free from it. As I thought about deleting the social media accounts, it dawned upon me that the greatest benefit of stepping away from these accounts was not only the increase in time I had, but the ability to spend that time in that moment. When you have an online presence, when you're on a social media account, there's always a part of you that is connected, that feels obligated to be on those accounts, to keep up with those accounts, to keep up with the people on those accounts, and you're never really fully able to engage where you are. And when I stepped away, I found that I was so much more focused on the moment where I was, and I was able to enjoy it with just so much greater enthusiasm because I wasn't worried about being on this online platform. At the end of 30 days, I logged back onto my accounts. I discovered pretty much what I expected to discover, and that is that I missed pretty much nothing. And anything I did miss really didn't affect my life in any way whatsoever. It was in that moment that I decided to put my dream into a reality and fully, permanently delete all my social media accounts. This decision was not made lightly. I mean, specifically on Facebook, 8 years of memories have been stored on Facebook. Most of the big moments in my life have been documented on Facebook in one way or another. And to step away from all that and to kind of cut myself off was not an easy decision, but it was one that I knew I had to do. In the end, the decision that made it for me is that I just realized that what I was getting out of it was not worth what I was giving to it. When I started this challenge a month ago, I never thought that this challenge would change my life. I never thought that I would begin an entire YouTube channel that's somewhat based off of digital minimalism. I never thought that I would delete my Facebook and Instagram. But here I am a month and a bit later, and the past 30 days have really changed the way I view the world. I'm not going to be perfect by any means, but it's really just a movement away from something that really wasn't adding much value to my life towards things that I find more valuable, more beneficial. Yeah, it's been an amazing month, and I would definitely recommend you guys doing your own 30-day challenge. See you next time.